Paul, I'm told that this demonstration was not large, as so many previous ones have been, but that emotions were just as high.
Yes, Barbara, it was a small but fiery demonstration. It was originally intended to be a women's and children's rally. It was all impromptu. It was cobbled together very quickly, and as such, I think ran into a couple of problems. It had no permit. It wanted to march to the American Embassy. In the 5 blocks from its original starting point, it had already been joined by a large cadre of men, very loud and very boisterous, and I think the police perhaps assumed that if it got to the American Embassy that one of these men might perhaps be carrying some kind of explosive or something like that. They certainly did not want it to get that far. Within 5 blocks, there was a double line of riot police equipped with tear gas and shields, and they were adamant that this was not going to go any further. Along the way, we ran into an Iraqi doctor, a man by the name of Dr. Mahmoud, who is American educated. His son is in America now. In a sense, he was caught between 2 worlds. He expressed a tremendous amount of anxiety about not being in Iraq with his people at this point.
I feel very, very much dismayed with myself. As a matter of fact, I almost hurt myself.
Why, for not being there?
For not being there. For not being there and kind of living these historical moments of my country, which we're going to write it with blood and write it with our heads high up in the sky. And we're going to tell it to our grandchildren how we walked with our heads high, only bowed to God and only God.
Between your son and your country, what would you choose?
I choose my country. I have my priorities well set. I'll see my only son die 10 times in Iraq, and he gets born and dead and born and dead. I wouldn't care a bit. I have my priorities set, my country first, and my son and my family a very poor second. A very poor second.
How do you feel today, particularly? Angry, sad, all of those things?
I feel so sad, and I feel so raged, angry. They think that they can destroy us, and Baker has all the arrogance to say that they will build everything up. The hell he will. The hell he will. He kills us. He destroys our country. He kills our people. They say he takes our money from this hand and grabs from this hand again. That he's going to get all these companies building my country and get all our money and to save him the economical recession over there and get the job on our blood and sweat. We build every single building that they have destroyed, every brick, and we're going to build it again with our blood and sweat.
Do you think Jordanian authorities are starting to worry about how explosive this could get?
As more civilian casualties are uncovered in Baghdad, perhaps as the ground war starts up, the more people die, the more Arabs all over in Jordan and in particularly all over the Muslim world are going to come out on the streets and make their voices known. They've been doing it continually, and today was just a small example of the kind of things that King Hussein will be facing in the future, I'm sure.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Barbara. Good night.
We may never know if the Americans bombed a civilian shelter in Baghdad or a military bunker. But that in itself may prove irrelevant if the images alone affect the resolve of the coalition.